Hi, I'm Geoff with Treehouse Supply. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to build hog wire railings. We use these on a lot of treehouse decks to wrap around. Looks great, it's strong. I don't know, why don't you be the judge? Roll the beauties! So to complete this task today, we're going to need some tools. You're going to need a table saw with a dado blade, a miter saw, an impact driver and drill, a T25 bit, a T20 bit, a drill bit for drilling your pilot holes, a tape measure, an accurate speed square, some sharp bolt cutters, a Sharpie, a notepad, and a carpenter pencil. As far as materials go, I'm just building one panel. You're going to need to take a takeoff on your whole deck size and figure out exactly how much wood you need. For this project, we're using pressure treated wood. We're going to use 2x2, 2x4, and 4x4. We're also going to use 4x4 hog wire panelings. And as far as hardware goes, we're going to use only the best, and that's the Screw Products Incorporated. We're going to need some 9x3 flatheads and some 9x2 trim heads to complete this project. So here's a drawing of what we'll be making. Here's the 4x4 posts, 2x6 top cap, 2x4s to frame it all in, and these are the 2x2s that we're going to have to dado out to channel in for the hog wire to make the panel. So the first step is to find out how wide your board is. This one's exactly 1.5, so center is 3/4. Because of the nature of the hog wire and the way it's made, we can't rip right down the center. We have to offset it just off the center. And find 3/4 to the outside of your second dado blade. And here's our post mock-up, and what you want to do is measure from the bottom, that's where it's screwed into the deck, and I'm pulling 40 inches. 40 inches is our number. Now to do math. So now that we know that this distance is 40 inches, and our post height is 36, all we're going to have to do is subtract 3 inches from here, 3 inches from here, and then the 1.5 inches of the board on either side. Subtract that number from 40 to get this distance, which we'll determine is 31. And then to get this 2x2, we'll subtract 3 inches here, 3 inches here, 1.5 inches for the 2x4 on both sides, giving us 3 inches, and another, and that's it. And that'll give us 27. So to make this panel that I'm making right now, I'll need 2 at 27 and 2 at 31. So now that we have our pieces made, cut the length, dadoed, we're going to assemble them into our frame for our panel. We're going to do that with these 9x3 flathead screws from Screw Products. Now remember, when you're assembling this, your dados have to go opposite. Since for this we're using 2x2s, you're going to want to pre-drill so that it doesn't split when you put your screws through. Here's a piece of hog wire. The hog wire we use is 4x4. The reason we do that is because to code, you can't have a space on a railing greater than 4 inches. What we want to do is make sure that we have even spaces front and back, or top and bottom, side and side. Just it's a lot prettier that way. So if we just move this around, that looks pretty even. So you figure out your measurement, and you'll cut it accordingly. Since we have 1/2 inch dado on either side, you want to add 1 inch to whatever the interior size is. So as you can see here, the hog wire will dive right in the dado and hold it in place. So now that I got the hog wire cut to shape, and pull this frame apart, put the hog wire in. and then reassemble it. Boom, there's a panel. So now that we got the panel all made, it's gonna end up floating around somewhere in here like that. So now what we gotta do is go cut the 2x4s that'll hold it in place. Now if you remember from earlier, we measured 40 inches, so I need two 2x4s at 40 inches. So let's go do that. All right, now that we got our two 2x4s, we're gonna wanna pre-drill some pilot holes, set our screws in so that we can toe screw them right in the post and they're ready to go. So now we're gonna put in our 2x4. What I've made here is 3-inch blocks from the leftover post. We know that we want it 3 inches up off the ground, so this is gonna make installation a lot faster and easier. What we wanna do to install the panel, put one of the 3-inch blocks right here, and then we usually pull 1 inch off the edge of that. And you start on one end and work your way down. For installing this, we're gonna use 2-inch trim heads. So if we've done everything correct, all our measurements should work out perfect. You might need to do a little yanking and pulling at this point if the posts are a little bit out. Sometimes it helps to set the screw in ahead of time, especially if you got to pull it and wiggle it and hold it in one place. So now that we have our panel installed, you can check all your measurements, make sure everything lines up. You get these all around the deck, and then last step, is throw the top cap on. So when we put your top cap on, you remember this is the railing, you're gonna be sliding your hand across. So we're gonna come in and toe screw from the bottom of the posts. Well, there you have it, a completed hog wire panel for your hog wire railings. Now you need, well, about 15 more, so get to it. Good luck. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. I had a bunch of fun working with you. If you liked what you saw, subscribe above. If you have any more questions, fill them in the comments below. Check out some of our other videos. We got a ton of DIYs and other things right over there. And that thing.